going on, y'all? This 6-4 Tweezy. Let me move this out the way. There we go. Listen, let's get to it. Once again, it's your boy. I'm back with another one. You know how we do. We speak nothing but the truth. No editing and all that BS, man. We just speak straight from the heart, straight up. Like I say, I'm not a professional, and I am not a financial advisor at all. I barely can count to 2, maybe 3. Who knows? Anyway, listen, man. I had to shoot this one because this was laying on me real heavy. Listen up. You see these cities, what I got here, what I Googled was, what are the top cities in the United States of America for business? And this is what I came up with. This is what it gave me. New York City, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Austin, Texas, Boston, Chicago, Seattle, Houston, Atlanta, San Diego, Portland, Miami, way down, Philadelphia, Dallas, San Jose, North Carolina, Raleigh, whatever, Phoenix, Charlotte, Las Vegas, Oklahoma City, and San Antonio, Baltimore, Minneapolis, New Orleans. These are the top cities for business. If you living in one of these cities, which I happen to live in one of these cities, we are lying to ourselves. Now, there are a slight few, but for most of us, we want it all, or we want more. And in most of these cities, you wake up, you're traveling through your day travels, you're going to come across somebody in a Lambo. You're going to come across somebody in a Range Rover. You're going to come across somebody in a Ghost. You're going to come across somebody in one of these $500,000 cars, or the Urus, or the, all types of fancy stuff. Don't sit there and lie to yourself like you don't want it. Like you never did want it. Don't do that. Because I don't do that to myself. I want it. I want it so bad. Right? Once I take care of everything I really need to take care of, family, friends, kids, whatever, you want that stuff. Don't lie to yourself. Right? And like, even for a guy like me who live in a major metropolitan city, right? Not only do I want these things, I don't want them all the time. What I want to do is have them so when I do come and visit, listen to my words, visit my metropolitan city where I was born, right? But at the end of the day, I want out. And that takes a certain supply of money too. If you want out and be able to do these things and not, primarily live where you started all this at, right? So I wouldn't mind having a big home in the country with a few acres of land where it's just me and the people I invite, or we just having a good time, And there's only one way to get there. MONEY. Assets as well, and using your brains and not falling for what America just wants to give you. See, when you do that, you stop working hard. You go to work, but you stop working on you. And we can't do that. It's like I say, if you hustle just to make it to the next day, a hustle to make it through the week, for those of you who don't know, that's not what hustling was intended for. You hustle to get to another level. You didn't hustle to survive. So your hustling is backwards and wrong. I don't care what mama told you, what grandma told you, what nana told you, whatever. You're hustling backwards and you're hustling wrong. You don't hustle to make it to the next day. You don't hustle to make it to next week. You don't hustle to make it the next month. Your life is just a continuation of hustles. What you're supposed to be doing is hustling in order to make it to your goal. So if you live in the same way, and I'm from that place where I hear the same old complaints every day when I choose to listen. I hear people crying about their situations every day, but they're not doing anything. But every time it's a new hustle, here they come, the new hustle. Man, these things are just temporary. Stop locking yourselves into that. A hustle is just temporary. You need a plan. and not a not a plan to hustle the next hustle, a plan of action. What you gonna do with this money? And I'm talking about legit stuff for everybody that's that thinking on some other stuff. I'm talking about legit hustles. You might sell you some hats, you might sell you some t-shirts, and I'm just using, you might sell paintings, you might do this or that, whatever it is. You might say you're a mechanic, but on the side at home, because I know plenty of men that do it. They're a certified mechanic, but at home they may fix people cars or trucks on the side. That's their hustle, right? The side hustle, where you don't have to pay the boss man. He have to get his wages because you use his facility, to get your hustle on or whatever, right? But your plan should be, even a mechanic, let's use that. You're a certified mechanic. Your hustle is fixing people cars on the side. That way there's no overhead, there's nothing, it's just you, right? What you should be doing is doing what your boss did. That side money is not to be enjoyed, played around with, and spent stupidly. What it should be done is put to the side, figuring out your business plan. So maybe in the next 4, 5, or 10 years, your hustle turns into your business. Not you start out, you get your license, whatever, you're 21, 25, whatever. I'm just using that because that's the average age, 18, 21, whatever it is. And then now you're 35 and you're still working at the same place, doing the same hustle. There's no growth that's being obtained. You're just hustling, right? So then, a few more years, your back start to hurt. Your eyes start to wane, right? Y'all see where I'm going with this? Don't let your hustle become your death, man. Hustle with a plan. Like the rich like to say, what is your end goal? What is your end goal? What is your plan? Where we going with this? If that's the case, man, just go to work, make babies, and try to live off the money that you're making. But if you want to have and achieve greater things, you gotta have a mad hustle, right? And from that hustle, a plan, and work through it, and see it, vision it, live it, breathe it, and get rid of those who don't believe or who won't assist you. Not help, assist. Because what I've learned living in the world is I don't want people to help me. I want to pay you for your services. Because that way, it keeps things honest. So whatever you're doing, I don't care if it's basket weaving. I don't care if you're making, what's your hustle? What's your game plan? How all this ties in together? Not, because I know some people who does this. They just do the same thing year in, year out, expecting for something to change. That's not how life works. Nothing is going to change, right? So you hustle with the plan. And for the adults that listen to me, feed this and teach this to your children. Teach them to hustle with a plan. To take that hustle, if that's what you're doing, if you're planning to stay in that same genre, what you do is, hey, you're making baskets today and make a plan for maybe a couple years later. Now you're not just making baskets. Now you own a basket company. And then guess what? You teach that to the people that's working with you beneath you, right? So you're saying, why would I create this? This is what kills me about most people. Why would I create competition? That's not what you're doing, right? If you do it right, and you keep the meat and potatoes to the plan to yourself, and you could turn it into a franchise. You could see somebody with the same grind or hustle like you, right? See a young person and you like, listen, pull them to the side, start training them, show them some things, and then you tell them when you feel safe enough, like, listen, I'll invest in you, right? When you start thinking that way and stop thinking you're creating competition, and people to go against you, we start thinking like McDonald's. You start thinking like Burger King. You start thinking like Verizon. Right? Do you all think all these food places and shops I just named, they're not owned by the corporation, they were funded by the corporation. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Like, start using your mind. Stop trying to keep everything for yourselves and hold it in. You know, my attitude is this, so people that listen to me understand. Listen, give me 10 to 30% of something that's worth $1 billion, right? Then give me 100% of something that's worth $1 million or or 500,000. That doesn't make sense. On one side, you own everything, but it's not really growing. It's not really doing anything. On the other side, you're a part of something that can really grow. Think about Mr. Jeff Bezos, what he's done. Come on, man. This man started out inside of his mom's driveway with Amazon. Do you guys really think he's able or was able to get it to this level where he's at, not by himself? Outside of the lawyers, teams, people who were smarter than him had to come in and assist. That's how they got here. That's why he could be golfing and be on his $500 million mega yacht. Screw creating competition. People want to come and join him. If he would have never allowed that or set up the certain big business structure, Amazon wouldn't be where it is today. He would have just been a rich man, not this rich. He'd have been a rich man, probably would have sold it off and sailed off into the sunset. Now, Amazon is on a whole nother level. One of the top 3 companies in the entire world, because he didn't have that me attitude. He allowed other people to come in and take it to new places. But all y'all hear is Jeff Bezos, not the people that works with him, around him, and who bought in it. I'm not talking about investors who joined him, who helped him take this guy to the next level. So, like I said, that's why when you go up under my subscriptions, these are not things I'm trying to blow up and blow out the water. This is like, help me support the channel. Because at the end of the day, what I want to do, what I want to eventually do, I want to create my own protocol with my own coin, so the small man can get on. How I can do that? Well, by you guys supporting the channel. So please like and subscribe and stop that me stuff. We could do this together. Just like these legacy companies. What is a legacy company? Disney World, Mr. Walt Disney, right? Most banks, especially your bigger ones, they've been around before you were born. But anyway, man, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the links to the bottom and do your thing. Peace. Y'all know what's up. 6'4" Tweezy. Yes, sir.